I gotta say, in terms of fan worship, Rob Hall, the out-of-towner, might be taking the cake here. As his transplants seem to be working overtime to get him some love. Jett Grande is just swaggering in his corner, looking uber confident. And I like his chances, but Robbie Hall.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
has brought the support.
This fight is 3 3-minute rounds.
So he's brought the conditioning and the preparation.
Lightweight division, and it's brought to you by Mass Pro.
We'll see if he can make it a fight, if he can make it a contest here tonight.
Cinemas. And now first, introducing in the blue corner, fighting out of Rashido, Red Deer, and Red Deer, Alberta. He stands 5'10". He weighed in at 153 pounds. He is making his amateur debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Jett Grande! And his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Rocky Mountain House and representing Iron Fist MMA. He stands 5'10". He weighed in at 153 pounds. He is making his amateur debut also. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Robbie Hall. The man in charge of the action when it starts inside the cage is Mr. Andy Social.
And Rob Hall looking to match the confidence, the aura of confidence of Jett Grande, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. Neither man looking in a demeanor to back down here tonight at Havoc Fighting Championships 10. Rob Hall swings big and misses as Jett Grande ducks under. And it lands that perfect double I was talking about. Now Jett Grande here immediately passing the guard of Rob Hall into the mount position, working his knees up high. And now he takes an arm. Jett Grande looks to be setting up an arm bar. He's going for it. But Rob Hall here is putting on a mood of a fight. Oh, he's in deep. Jett Grande has got this locked up. This fight is over. And he's social on top of the action. I can't believe Rob Hall is still here. And he looks to be out of the armbar now. And finding safety in half guard. What a scrabble. Man, that arm was close. Jett Grande here, despite losing that early submission attempt, that deep armbar, maintaining position here, riding a high mount, just dropping some light shots into the body of Rob Hall to let him know he's here, and he moves to the armbar again on the opposite side. But Rob Hall again creates a scramble, but is met with another takedown executed near flawlessly by Jett Grande. Rob Hall has got a lot of room to stand up here, and what he needs to do is scoot his hips out the back and get his knees underneath him. But Jett Grande takes control again and passes immediately to side control. Looking to push off the cage a little bit. I missed as to whether or not that was Jett or Rob. Rob here turning towards the cage. He's got a lot of room. If he wants to get up at the right way, he needs to hip away. He needs to hip away from his opponent right now and regain control of his arm. But also, to get the cage on his side is absolutely critical right now. Jett Grande now just easily maintaining a ride, maintaining a side control position. Looks like he's Doing this by the book, staying heavy on his opponent until an opportunity presents itself. Going for that arm yet again. This time, a Kimura from technical mount. But he cannot finish it in time for the bell. Gary Vay, Wolfgang Jansen in the corner of Jett Grande and Rob Hall. Being flanked by the Rocky Mountain House MMA community. Rob Hall is looking winded and very rightfully so. He lost a lot of that momentum in round one. Jett Grande was all over him with takedowns. And looking poised, looking seasoned, looking confident in this competition. And that's just such a distinct, advantage that Jett's gonna bring in, is that he's spent such a long time in the gym getting ready for this. He spent a lot of time, he's put in the hours, he's put in the repetitions, getting ready for submission competitions, bettering his technique, staying true to where he's strong, and listening to the right people, and it's paying off dividends here tonight at Havoc Fighting Championships 10. Jett Grande, Rob Hall, touch gloves to start round two. Both athletes looking a little tentative to start this round. Jett might have got that big wind out of him, but might be lacking a little of the adrenaline department right now. But nevertheless, he manages to close the distance and absolutely take Rob Hall for a ride. Again, maintaining that ride, staying heavy on his opponent. Rob Hall showing good awareness on the ground, immediately defending for that mount. And again, Jett Grande setting up that Kimura from technical mount. He's got it locked up. And Rob Hall showing fantastic timing, manages to roll into the hold. And put his hips in the proper place. Despite some huge gaps in what is some huge gaps in his fundamental ground game, Rob Hall is managing to initiate scrambles, which he might not necessarily be winning. He hasn't been on top as of yet, but he's managing to re-guard like you see here today. He's got himself a body lock. He's keeping himself safe. Keeping himself in a position where he can more or less keep things under his control. Of course, under this rule set, he cannot be struck to the face. I think he's probably working around that now smartly. But Jett there just kind of tapping into the ribs. He can open up anytime he wants. And Jett's just not a wrestler. He's not just a ground technician. He's taking his time, and when he hits you, you feel it. Well, Jett Grande has repeatedly taken down Rob Hall in his own corner, kind of giving Rob the only real advantage he has at this moment, which is the on-site guidance of his teammates, the training partners, and guiding him through this as they might be applying it against Jett, who's just putting on such a consistent amount of pressure with his wrestling and his counter positioning that Rob hasn't had much of an answer here yet. I think Jett Grande managed to get himself clipped there at the beginning of round one. Rob Hall, of course, putting just about everything he's got into those punches. He only managed to get a few off, but I didn't quite. I wasn't able to make note of it at the beginning, but yeah, it does look as though Jett took one in the bean and he's got himself a bloody nose for his trouble. Jett's no stranger to mileage, though. He's put his time in the gym. He's gotten his mileage in training. And despite his youthful appearance, he is anything but inexperienced. And it's going to be interesting to see if he decides to pick up the pace here in round 3 and really do something to put his opponent away, or kind of concedes to keep the action against the fence and play that game of counter positioning and. While kind of playing off of Rob Hall's scramble attempts. I expect Rob Hall to open round 3 very much the same as he opened round 2. Round 1 with some wild shots, looking to really clean his opponent's clock and please the hometown crowd that followed him here tonight. Again, aware of the takedown, he does swing wide. Absolutely launches it. A right hand with bad intent, but as before, Jett manages to scoot out of range and sneak underneath, and again secure the takedown. But this is kind of what I expect to see from Jett's amateur career, is for him to just kind of keep fights where he's comfortable and slowly test out his arsenal. And when the time comes for him to stand and put a guy away, when the time comes for him to test his chin, that'll be a moment of preparation that'll have been years in the making. Jett Grande attempting to take the pass guard and top position from against the cage, which is definitely not optimal in a mixed martial arts scenario where a loss of position is so much more than just a loss of position. And with it goes an opportunity to have finished your opponent and finish the fight. He does manage to pass the guard and take the side position as he was working for. But he wasn't in any fantastic position to finish the action, to finish the fight at any one point. You're going to have to do a lot of work and maneuver quite a bit to set up any arm bars or kimura's there, like he's been doing. If anything, I'd like to really see him start working for a choke of some kind if he's going to be content to ride that side control position for so long, but he does take that now. And as the clock winds down, he decides to unload with a little bit of power. Again, a fantastic display of dominance. Evan Anderson came out here at 155 pounds earlier tonight and secured his first amateur win, splitting his record at 1-1 apiece. What a matchup that might be 2 or 3 fights down the road. Jett Grande, Evan Anderson, Jesse Fox, make it happen. You heard it here first. Bob Hall congratulating his opponent, his victorious opponent, Jett Grande, on A job well done. It's good to see such camaraderie and sportsmanship inside a place that is notorious for being only one thing. It's all about warfare, but untrue in many cases, as it truly is a brotherhood of fighters. David? Too much?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Cheadle scores the fight 30-24. Judge Pohl scores the fight 30-27. Judge Harb scores the fight 30-26. For your winner, by unanimous decision, in the blue corner, Jett Grande.